Greetings, hello, and welcome everyone. Welcome to DevChatter. My name is Brendan, and this channel here is DevChatter, and today we are going to be writing some code together. So have a seat, feel free to, grab a drink, grab a snack, follow along if you like, work on your own projects, all up to you. If you are someone watching a recording of this in the future, hello future person, hopefully everything is great there at whatever time it is where you are. These videos obviously are all archived on YouTube, or if you want to join us live, we're over on Twitch, twitch.tv/devchatter. If you want to check out our YouTube channel and you're one of the people here in the chat, you can actually see all the recordings of these at youtube.com/c/devchatter, and we break all these up into playlists and things like that, so you can see based on topics. Okay, so if you are new here, welcome. We do live coding. We like to have fun. We're a very friendly and welcoming community. We are primarily, we work in the Microsoft stack, things like C#, .NET Core, ASP.NET Core, that sort of thing. Though, obviously, we do JavaScript along with that. In JavaScript frameworks, we usually use Vue here on the stream, but obviously I love Angular. I work with it on client projects. I love React. It's great too. There really aren't bad choices in the programming world. I've worked with Java, I've worked with Python. They're all awesome stuff. We're a very welcoming community, so if you work with C# or anything like that, awesome. If you don't, cool. Pick what you like. We're a friendly place. Feel free to say hello in the chat, and I know that Andre said hi earlier when I was getting set up, and Strife coming in with the 2-month resub. Welcome, Strife. Glad to see you're here. And I was just about to say hi to some other people as... Why didn't the hype work? I'm not sure why the hype didn't work, SNB. I'll have to check on that one. I'll refresh the screen. But anyway, I wanted to make sure I said hi to SNB and now Strife as well. So welcome, everyone. Love to see the hi emotes in chat. If you didn't notice, we have added some new emotes to our DevChatter community here. So we've got this nice hi emote and some other stuff like that you'll probably see in the chat. We have more emotes than we can have at any given time as an affiliate on Twitch. So I've been rotating them around. So sometimes there's periods where there are not as many emotes as we'd like to have, but that's just because I'm switching. So, what are we working on? Well, we have been building an application on here that is one designed to help streamers in a community outside of our own. So one of the cool things is need hype. Hang on. Let me. All right, we'll refresh the screen. Super duper! Welcome! There you go. There's the hype command. I just needed to refresh the screen. I figured it was probably something like that because it probably started this screen before I had the bot going, so it didn't connect for a while. So welcome everyone. So the hype command is going. That's the hype there. I need to go back to that bot and make it so that it works for any emote, because right now you can only do hype and derp. But realistically, I would like to actually have it pull the actual emote information and display any emote that you could use in the chat, and have that go flying around the screen in some big, blast of those. Well, I'm going to go with Funyar, but welcome. Thank you for that follow, much appreciated. And anyone else in the chat, if you are enjoying any of the content that we're ever doing at any point during this stream, feel free to hit the follow button, and you'll get notified when we go live. So, things that are going on. As I was saying, we built a little application that is designed to help out people that are streaming a game outside of our community. So within the live coding community, there's a lot of, and I've done plenty of this too, we do a lot of building of tools for other live coders. So we build our chatbots and things like that we all want to build. But something that gets done less often is our live coding communities building stuff for the other streaming communities out there. And something that I think that we can do that's kind of fun is building this. So on your screen right there, if you're watching our stream, you will see Final Fantasy VII. This is like the actual game running, so you can see I can play the game, I can bring up stuff. It's pretty cool. Welcome, Coding Gorilla. And the program that we are building on stream, now I haven't run this since we were last working on it, so if I left it in a not running state, I'm about to find out. I am working on a personal branch, so the other people working on this project will not be harmed if I left something broken on my branch. But we'll see how it goes. So there it is, loading up right there. So this is our program. And I'm just going to briefly show you what it does, but then we're going to start building some overlay stuff for it, because I think it's cool. So this is Interactive 7. It's that little WPF program running up there. In addition to being a WPF program, it actually does a couple of other things as well. It is also running a chatbot. So the WPF app has an internal background process that it runs that is connected to our Twitch chat right now, and you can do fun things in there like this. So if you type in menu, and the commands are listed right here, but I have a couple of palettes that I can just use. You can actually change the colors of the menu whenever you do that stuff. So this is actually what it does when you give chat control of the menu colors in the game. So they can change to whatever they want, and it's really kind of neat. So the other thing that we were building, which that I'm going to show as well, is, see, localhost 77, yeah, here it is. So this program right here, that is called Seng. And we have built that into ours as well. And if you watch, you'll notice that it follows this same pattern. So notice that both windows, this is a browser window, that's a game, and they're both doing this transition whenever chat gives a command to change the colors of the screen. So it stays in sync. That means if you're streaming this game and you want to put this on the side overlay while you're playing, you can be running around, for example, and everyone can see what your current party is, what their stats are, what equipment they've got, what materia they've got. So basically it's people watching your stream can see everything going on, so they can't, ask you questions of like, hey, who do you have in the party? Like, what level are you? What items do you have? I mean, it's not a problem if people ask you that. It's perfectly fine. You'll answer the question. But it's cool that the information's just there. So the next thing that I want to build for this, because this came from another community member who was building this piece, and we sort of tied it in and said, like, hey, you're doing that part. Let's, I was like, why don't we tie these together? Because then when I'm changing the menu colors, I can transition yours automatically. Because what this program is doing, and we want to fix it up, make it nicer, is it is actually just polling the game constantly to get its updates. So like every half second, it's asking the game for all of that information and just updating its screen, which works fine. But I would like to minimize that on anything where it doesn't need to. So for example, like the screen transition that we do when we change the colors, we change that way faster than like twice a second. Like I change it 12 times a second or something like that. So anyway, mega cool. Oh, glad you think it's cool. Much appreciated. And would the browser version show specifically what materia is slotted when you mouse over the slots? Well, even if it did, we wouldn't really need that feature because this is likely going to be running in their stream software. So they're never really going to put their cursor over it. So you won't get that kind of functionality just yet. Now, we are talking about making an actual extension that ties into Twitch. There is a Twitch competition coming up that a few of us are actually going to build our program as a Twitch extension. So once we do that, there will be like an actual overlay that, people watching the stream can bring up and see. So obviously when that's there, yeah, it'll be a little crazy. But for now, this is what you get. So yeah, Strife's jaw just hit the floor, I think. So we've got cool plans. Another one of our community members who does a lot of Twitch extension stuff is going to partner with us to do that. So basically this is a few of us that we're doing separate projects and have separate specialties coming together to build something that is going to be really awesome for a segment of the gaming industry. And while we're doing this for Final Fantasy VII, I'm hoping that other people will take the same concepts, apply it to other games as well. Heck, we might apply this to other games as well. Hey Rexy, welcome. There we go. Okay. So I want to do something cool with this screen. So I don't want to do this status page. I want to do something else. So here's the idea. Whenever you're watching a stream of someone doing anything on Twitch, you'll notice that you've got stuff like this. So see this little box that's underneath my stream that has like information there? If I'm playing a Final Fantasy VII game, I might want that to be a Final Fantasy VII themed box. And see that box way over there, the one that's got my chat in it? That one I might want to have change its color as well, and I can do that. So if I'm running this somewhere along the side and chat as well and one of these under the bottom, that's really common for a lot of streamers to do. I would like that to also match the same colors and work the same way. So let's take a look at what we can do to allow that as well. So I'm going to stop the program so you won't be able to change those colors for a little bit. But then I'm going to jump over into here. And I'm going to go into the views, which right now we have a status view with an index page. And this is the just CSHTML page. We need to do a little bit of extracting out code from it because it's literally just like in here right now. We basically pulled what Mr. Shoji had for the Seng overlay and just tossed that into the view instead of breaking it apart because we're like, let's merge these projects together. Once they're together, then we can start fixing stuff up. So the branch I'm in right now is like the fix up the stuff between the two systems branch. So some of this is like my reason for adding a second like display option in here is that by doing this, we can figure out what is duplicated and extract that out so that, you know, we have shared code between them. Talking about how this should work, I can see two options. We can either make this page be parameterized and decide whether or not it should display data or what type from the client side, or we can just make a full separate HTML page that does the same concept. And I don't think it makes a huge difference which one we do. So for now, I'm just going to make the separate page because that's easier to get this one working. And we might decide later to make it all the same page, and that also should not be too difficult. But this is easier for now. Okay, so this is the one that works and has all the stuff. So I'm actually just going to take this, and we're just going to duplicate this one over menu. And when I do that, I'm going to save. And I'm going to take a look at our change set and see what changed. So before we had that, we now have just the body up here. We don't do a connection at the beginning. This then pulls in a whole bunch of view code and then some scripts. Looks fine. The scripts were inside the body? That's weird. I should maybe fix this. Exactly. S&B, I 100% agree. Do the simplest thing that'll get it working and then refactor away the duplication. Because when I look at this, I'm going to see a whole bunch of stuff that does not need to be in here. So, for example, so I think this FF7 and these layers need to be here, but we don't need any content inside of it. I think this is the menu box, which means this can go away. Did I get the right number? Okay, I did. Alright, so now in this one, we can get rid of all of the data in here that we don't need. So these constants, they can go away. We still want to have a view component. Is it going to pull info from a modded game, like if I change the character portraits, will i7 display the changed ones or the vanilla ones? Strife, they will display the changed ones. So if you have modded your game so that it does not display standard character portraits, this will show the modified portraits. And you can thank Mr. Shoji for that one, because when we'd first talked about this project, he had everything like hard-coded and like committed to his repository, and I'm like, we're not committing any images to our repository because I don't want, you know, Squaresoft to sue us for distributing their content. So let's pull those out of there. Like, can we actually pull that out of the kernel? And he's like, I think I can. And he did. So that was one of those like really amazing things when it's like, yep, developers like asked, hey, can you do a thing? And the answer is apparently yes. Okay, do we need materia? We do not need actually a materia component. We do not need a character component either. So this can go away. We do not need the separate slides. We do not need that. We do need app. We don't have a party as part of our name. That's window time. We don't have the window data like that, but we do have colors. So we'll hang on to the colors. And computed values of the styles, we'll keep those. And mounted, that's connect to the hub, which I kind of want to. We'll connect to the same hub, but we only want to tie into the color changed event. And return an error if the console has a problem on color change. We do not need party status change because we're only watching color change now. We don't rotate slides or cycle slides. So that should be it. I think we've removed everything from this except what does those pieces. We're no longer doing any kind of request to the server ourselves, so we need view and we need SignalR. And I think we might be done. Maybe? Let's find out what happens. So the display is not going to be right, but we can work on the layout and the display, and let it like grow based on the size that we actually make the object. That's just CSS at that point. But we want the colors lined up correctly. So the program is running. You can see that here. Let's load this. This should still work. And then I'm going to flip over to that overlay screen, which is called menu. Ooh, I thought it was called menu. Is it not called menu? The Michael Jolly coming in with the 8-month resub. That tacos. Where are the tacos? I don't know where the tacos got to. Michael, I am glad you are here because, man, I want you to make it to CodeMash. I want to get accepted to CodeMash, and I want you to get accepted to CodeMash because we can have another party with like streamers and stuff like that. It'll be good. The menu controller's right there. Why didn't this load? That's the menu controller. Menu controller, right there. I'm not crazy, am I? Tacos sound great, but it was barbecue today. Oh, it was barbecue. Oh, I actually just went to a deli, and had a nice deli. I had a lunch with a friend of mine. Can you fill tacos with? Yes, actually, SNB, you can put barbecue in tacos. Some people might freak out about it, but you totally can. Especially if you did like pulled pork or something like that, or some brisket. You could definitely do some brisket tacos. That'd be good. Those would be good. So why did this controller not load when the other controller does load? Route controller. That's why we didn't add the route on the menu controller. So we are routed based on based on these attributes. Instead of doing a convention-based route, we don't actually have that wired up. We went super simple with our project, so we do have to do this. Keep in mind that our web application is running inside of a WPF app, so I pared it down to like the bare minimum little thing because I'm opening up a web server when someone runs a program. So I kept it as minimal as possible. It's missing a lot of the features and everything like that. We just said, what's the bare bones required to get a browser to connect to pages? And that's what we've got. All right, cool. It's connecting in, so let's go ahead and continue that. And let's have a look. There it is. Okay, so as we suspected, we need something to hold this page open to the correct size, because clearly it's not doing that. Oh, we have an error. I'll check that in a minute. A pulled pork taco sounds awesome. Yes, I agree. Just avoided adding meat. Root guy is correct. Don't put bones in your taco. You will have a crunchy surprise that's no fun. Who am I to limit what you do with tacos? Yeah, exactly. I agree, SNB. We could absolutely use a taco emote. If Rexy is still here, he would agree with that also. I don't know if Rexy's still around. He said hi, but I haven't heard him say anything since. So that's the border. Is it because I need to put something in here? Is that the problem? Let's have a look. what's in this one? This has stuff in it. This has stuff in it. So this puts a div of class text. So let's add a div of class text in here and see if that does it. Div class text. So we'll do that. And I think that'll refresh. Nope, it didn't refresh. Okay. Can't be 100% on that one. As I said, we're doing this in some weird ways, so we gotta actually make sure things connect. Yes, exactly, Rex. Tacos. Cook a steak and wrap it in a tortilla. Yeah. $2 tacos on Tuesday. That sounds really good. Where you get your $2 tacos? I hope it's someplace good. You gotta make sure you get good tacos. Ah, there we go. We got a little bit of space now. So this has taken up a little bit of. So this has a little bit of padding, and that's why. So like if I remove this padding, it all disappears. Okay, so CSS div fill all space. Fill all available space. Div container main. Okay. So make the container be 100% and then main be everything. So I'm just going to put these in the CS, like in a style right here, right now, because I don't want to affect the other one. So we'll find out if it affects the other one or not. So first off, we're just going to put that in there, and we're going to see if this works. Because if it does, we'll just, change it and run it everywhere. So this did IDs of container and main for this, but I don't think we necessarily need to do that. I guess we can. Let's make this app and FF7. Ooh, no. Let's just make it menu for now. We'll see what it does. We don't need a background color because we already have one of those. It did a 10 pixel margin everywhere. That's probably, we'll see how much that is, and we'll figure out if that makes sense for ours. Okay. In the UK, no such outlet that I know of. Tacos here come in a box from a supermarket. Whoa, S&B, that's weird. We have lots of taco places here, but then again, we are a neighbor to taco like I don't know if I'd say taco country, like the place where tacos come from. Ooh, that didn't do it. Just realized I get some grabbers next month. Oh yeah, Michael Jolly, you do get grabbers. Yeah. That's why the colonies revolted. Yes. The Revolutionary War that was fought between the U.S. and the United Kingdom was clearly about tacos. Oh, it didn't find the fave icon. I should make sure we have a fave icon at some point. That's what the error was. Oh, yes. Thank you, every afternoon, for pointing out the thing that I wasn't paying attention to. Derp. It sounds like they don't have taco trucks everywhere, Strife. Yeah, there was the Boston Taco Party where they threw the boxes of tacos back into the harbor because they were mad about the tacos. Okay, so there's something holding us that way. So for some reason we didn't expand beyond that, but the bottom is working. So whatever size you size it to will work, and it's really cool seeing the blending effect. I kind of want to do this. So now that we have this nice box here, we can do this, and you can see like it's doing like the colors and stuff. So it like gets to these colors and like, so, it's supposed to be that like red-black blending effect, and you can see it does it regardless of the size, which is the cool part. Now I gotta figure out why the size is doing what it's doing. But either way, it looks good. Yeah, they dumped the tacos in the harbor, and Paul Revere rang the Taco Bell. That is correct. Yep, the Taco Bell. Okay, so what's holding this size? So the app is taking the full space, but this is limited for some reason. So let's have a look at the computed value. So if you're not, if there's anybody in here that doesn't do much of this stuff, like I'm not really a, like I'm no CSS expert and anything like that. I just know how to hack it a little bit. So if we take a look, you can see, like when I bring my cursor over this, it highlights whatever the element is, and you can see this one here. The blue is the actual like shape of the object, and then it's got that padding around it. That's what that orange layer is. So if we highlight these, you can see there's, oh, actually, that's the margin. Wrong words, Brendan. And then we have no border displayed, we have no padding, and here's the interior. So there's 460 of interior and a margin of 10 along the outside of this div. But why is it holding that width? So I expand this out. I want to see where this came from. So FF7 in our site.css set this value. So that's the problem. Let's have a look at what the FF7 class styles come with. So it has a float left, a background, and a width. I think I don't want those. What happens if I lose the background? Does it mess up the color? Maybe. It might mess up our blending if I don't have that. But clearly if I get rid of the width, now it just works, right? So if I turn that off, you'll see, like, I can just grab this and move it around. And you're like, whoa! So like that bottom row there, so see this text right under here? Imagine if I did this. Imagine if this were that box, right? And I had this down here, and that were the box right there, right? So you could see I could just put text over that, and then chat could change the colors to whatever they want, and on my stream overlay, that value's changing as well. So this is the thing that we want to, make available to someone, is they can do that. So if they can put that behind their text, that would look awesome for a Final Fantasy VII stream, because their overlay could literally be responding to this. Actually, it's just that. So that is, so you could have this like little Mako glowing effect going on the whole time, where there's this little bit of Mako energy just sort of shifting around on your stream the whole time. Hey, Mr. Shoji! Welcome! You made it! So that's the cool effect that we want to do, is set this up to be able to run like that. Just imagine it in this space with the text over it. So that's what we're trying to set up. And the neat thing is it will match the game the whole time. So as you're playing and menus are popping up and things like that over here in the game, the colors are going to be the same. You'll notice this effect is going on in the game right now with that same little green glowing effect with the blue. So these colors will match. Whoops. Didn't mean to grab that one, meant to grab this one. So you can see the game colors in this color. So you'd have this down on the bottom and that up in the game, and that would just look cool. Okay. So that is what we're setting up. Okay, so we need to mess a little bit with styles. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say where is the FF7? Do we need the FF7 piece? I think we do. For now, I'm just going to call this FF7 menu instead of FF7 and menu. And then let me go grab the FF7 in the CSS file. Site.css. Yeah, let's have a look at what's here. So that gets us. So that's checking for the border, the layer, the text. So we don't necessarily need those. I'm going to pull text out of that because we don't actually want it, because I don't need those pieces in there. Once it's taken the full size, I think it can just go away. So we'll nuke this. If this is the full size, I think everything else is going to fill it. So inside of here, I am going to make it... Dunk. Like that, and then I'm actually just going to steal the background into it. I don't think I need the float left or the relative or anything like that. This one should just be there the whole time. And then the question is whether or not... I think I just missed something happening on the stream. Because I wasn't paying attention. Which is what happens when I don't pay attention to my own stream. We'll do that. And I wonder if I actually need this or not. Let's try cutting those and see what happens. Let's see, what did I miss? Someone was just changing the color of our stream, maybe? You're on the TV today. I'm on the TV. Whoa! I made it, Ma. I'm on television. All right, let's go ahead and start that again, and let's reconnect this and see if that display works. Oh no! It didn't wire up. Did these not take any size? Is that the problem? Those didn't take any size without this forcing it or something? Let me try that real fast. Because everything else looks like it's taken the full size. I apparently missed something. Nope. Oh, wait, there's two FF7 menus because I didn't get rid of the one that was out there. I just added it to the site CSS. Also, it is hilarious to watch it change on here because I really am changing all those values that frequently, so you can actually just see them modifying. It's really hilarious. Okay, what did I miss? Let's put them back. So let's put FF7 back in here, just in case that was doing something I missed. Maybe I really did need it. Oh, that's not going to change, is it? Okay, we'll add it here and see if that fixes it. Okay, which means the layers must be... So layers must happen based on FF7. I must not have looked at the styles. Are they? Yes, so they're based on being FF7 layers, so they have to be FF7 layers. Which means we're going to do this. We're going to say if it is a... We're going to say it's an FF7 and a menu, it's going to be that. So FF7 and menu, I think is how we do it, if I remember correctly. Let's hope I didn't mess this up. Gotta remember my, you could add menu for... Yeah, I could do important, but I don't really want to do important. I'd rather have it be the more specific selector. Is it no space? It might be no space, I can't remember. If it is, I'm about to find out. It was no space. Derp. Yeah, I couldn't remember which one it is. I can never remember which one it is. There we go. Okay, so we still have the width problem that we need to fix, which means that we need to set the width to be 100% on this one. So it is applying again, so that's good. So now width is 100%. There we go. Ooh, okay, so 100% plus my margin has it pushed off the screen. Because it's not doing that. So with the 100% doesn't work because we'd have to override this one. The question is, if we're having someone set the size anyway, we might be able to just get rid of that width off of that one without breaking the other screen, I think. Let's find out what happens. So we'll check the other screen afterwards and see if we've broken it. Either way, every afternoon I have to, and there is a reason why I have to, which I will explain. But yes, I do actually have to restart the app every time, and it has to do with how our application's set up, as this is not a standard web application, as all of our CSS files and everything like that are actually being run out of a WPF app, not a standard website. So essentially what happens, to give the short explanation, is in my solution, I actually have two projects. I have a web project and I have a WPF project right here. So this is the WPF project that it's actually running, but our web stuff is all over here. So in order for the WPF app to get our web stuff, we actually have to build. So it's kind of a weird spot to be in, but it's a special kind of application. Hey, Dark Polearm, welcome, greetings, and Warhawk, hello. If it's a float, though, you have to have a width. Yes, so Coding Gorilla, I'm thinking I can get away without the float and have the two pieces stack correctly anyway. So it was floating left in the other one, but I think we can make them stack without floating left, because I don't think there's anything else on that screen. So the trick is that it might have broken the float, but we're not really floating on that one, so that's why there's not a problem. So this works fine. That looks good. This is loading from the real data, and if I click a button, oh, whoops, I'm not connected. Hang on, not connected. Connect. There we go. Now it goes. So take a look at that. Yeah, buddy. And Coding Gorilla busy changing the actual overlay around our stream. So boom, we now have this. This is an awesome feature for anybody that is running a Final Fantasy VII stream, because you can now customize your stream overlay to actually match the theme of your game as you play it. So they'll be able to just put one of these blocks right on their stream, and that is crazy awesome to be able to just turn on when you want. Okay, so let's have a look. What did we do in the CSS styles? We added this one, so we made it so it's if FF7 and menu, it has this. It's still applying the other one's effects, but I don't think we need to worry too much about that. This was modifying that. That was an otherwise unused control, so I need to take a look at the status page and make sure we didn't break that one, which I think we did, but that's why we need to make a slight adjustment. Status actually doesn't look broken. This isn't holding the same size as that one, and they're not quite laid out right, but I think we can just fix that on this page. So, cool stuff. Thank you for that follow, Warhawk. Much appreciated. You're new to coding and you just started Thursday. Wow, you just started Thursday. That's awesome. Welcome. Congratulations. Hopefully you're enjoying it. You and a buddy made a text-based game in Python that has its own combat system. Willingness to try it? I mean, I might be willing to try it maybe sometime. I'm obviously not going to do that while I'm streaming. But if you are interested in chatting with other developers about like stuff that you're working on, feel free to check out our Discord. We have a nice group of programmers. Someone might be interested in taking a look at it. But yes, I have done that kind of stuff in the past as well, making cool little text games. Depending on what kind of game it is, I think S&B might be interested in chatting with you about that too, because he's also building a text adventure game, so his is more like Zork than a fighting game. The fixed width was because content width is variable based on the length of band. Yes. Yeah, so, Mr. Shoji, I think we can fix width this page, for example. If we can make it so that this page takes up a certain size, then that would actually be probably good. Did I need to remove it from there? I think I... yeah, so... so if we make this the basic menu, then we just need to do... we just need to do this. And then that puts back in this one. And I know it's not ideal, but this technically will do it. So if we do that as that status, then this can go directly after that one. So this one will position absolute. Since it's already got that one, it doesn't need to override the background. Will that fix it? I think this might fix it. It's fun watching the main section swap size. Yeah, as it rotates around, it probably does swap sizes, which would look really funny. Yep. Okay, so bring this in. So okay, so the bottom one's still not right. So we've got some. Oh yeah, look at that weirdness with, like, as I pull this out, the width over there on the side adjusts. So there's a little bit of weirdness with how that works because it's sort of moving there, as you can see. But I think we're getting closer because it does hold its size pretty nicely now. What have I changed about this? So this is adding new stuff. That technically shouldn't have changed that, I didn't think. Oh, I didn't add status to it. Derp. Oh, Brendan. Brendan. What are you doing? What are you doing? There we go. Derp. Helps if you actually, use the CSS classes that you create. I mean, like, what kind of crazy talk is that? Coding Gorilla. This one's actually not Angular, this one's using Vue. So, one of the things that I always tell people is I don't care whether you're using Angular, Vue, React, or Aurelia, or whatever framework you're using to do all your data binding and events and other stuff like that. I don't care which one you use. It doesn't matter to me. The thing that matters to me is that, and this is probably bound based on the classes, which is probably why our data all disappeared. I don't care which one you use as long as you're using one. I don't care which one it is. Status may also be used for status effect styles. Ooh, you could be right. Nope. So my guess is that we broke something in the JavaScript. Oh, actually, it's that. Yeah, okay. So in that case, this will be the Sang page. Sang page. Sang. So the data didn't bind, which makes me think that maybe we were finding those elements based on the class name, but I thought we were just binding to them, but maybe we're not. I don't know for certain because I don't remember how that was set up. Okay, but that ended up doing it. So do they change size based on these values? Nope. So that one holds its size again. Still adjusts based on exactly where you've got it, but as long as they put it in at the correct size when including it on their page, this should just hold the size that they need, and that should work pretty well. So that ought to cover for that. So looks like that one's fixed, and if we go over to menu, yeah, exactly, because it has to have the actual item in there, which means that the binding should be happening inside of the components. which is going to look like just strings in that page. But yeah, this looks good. I like that. I think that'll work nicely on the screen. And obviously matching to the colors, I think also is going to make it nice. So, good stuff there. Alright, which reminds me. Encoding Gorilla is just having a lot of fun changing our stream color. So if you haven't noticed, all these colors that are on the overlay around me, they're also controlled by chat. By just whatever color name you type in, just takes over the overlay around me. Okay, so that looks good. I think I'm a big fan of that. So this is adding a generic menu page. Add generic menu overlays. Yay! Good stuff. I can't wait to see this actually get used somewhere. Okay, so we've set that piece up. We need to do something cool with that now. Before I do that, let me take a look at my stream. I said stream overlay. Okay, good. I don't think I need to update my my stream title. I think it's still valid for what I'm about to do. But here's what I'm thinking. I want to make it so that someone using this application can get these, can get the code that they need to include this. So, I'm going to open up my OBS real fast and see what it needs when I go to make a new browser source. I think it just wants a, add a new source, add a source called browser source. And we'll call it localhost 77. SMDS, yes, that was the GitHub desktop client. I'm actually a big fan of the GitHub desktop client, especially for like beginners with Git. And part of the reason for that is just how well it works really for anyone that's a beginner. Why is this not displaying anything? This should be in the front. This is displaying right now, right? Whoops, not the right one. I apparently don't even have it open, so... localhost, yep, that one. Oh, I didn't make it HTTPS, that's the problem. I made it not HTTPS only because people might not have that locally, and I don't want them to have to, like, self-sign the certificate or anything. So, there we go. So that's the size there. Let's reset the transformation on that. But I think you can kind of see where this is going. So we'll adjust the properties. We'll make this 1200 wide and see what happens. Yep, there we go. So then adjust it down a little bit to maybe 1100 wide. Nope. 1150 and only 160 tall? I don't know how tall that is. I should really measure that little gap there, but there we go. So roughly speaking, if someone sets up their stream this way, and does this, they can have nice little overlays that take up the spots that they want to do this. And this is what we were setting up. So now you can have this little box here, and actually I need to adjust that just a hair smaller. So there we go. So right there, did someone trigger Mako mode or something, or one of the other? Oh, it's not up. And Coding Gorilla coming in with a Twitch Prime, a Tier 1 sub. Thank you very much for that subscription. And be sure to enjoy all of our emotes and such. I need to spam some hype in the chat over that one. There we go. Because Coding Gorilla's been here for a while, and I'm glad you enjoyed the stream enough to subscribe and be more of a member of the DevChatter community. Always appreciated and quite fun. So now, when I click the random button, that actually just happens here on the stream, right in that little box. So check that out. Is that not the coolest thing? No, Mr. Shoji, it wasn't connected. Do you see when it said Interactive 7 is live? That's actually when it connected to chat and gave chat control there. well, thanks all the same, Coding Gorilla. But yeah, no, we always appreciate people that participate in chat, but don't anyone feel obligated. If you enjoy just sitting around in the back of our streams and watching, that is totally cool. So yeah, right there, that is now controlled by chat. That cool menu color looks really neat. And Mr. Shoji, if you want to trigger rainbow mode, you actually just do that. And then that'll sit on rainbow road, so that's actually now just rainbow mode. That'll just go, changing colors for a while now. So I apologize, everybody. We've triggered rainbow mode. That's just going to keep going. Absolutely crazy. But that is the kind of neat stuff that we want to be able to do, is put those over on people's streams, so that chat has control of a Final Fantasy VII stream. So I think that right there is like the selling point for anybody that's going to run this. Like, you can have a status overlay and all the rest of your stream menus can also match. Like, that just sounds crazy. So yeah, then while I'm playing the game, it's doing the same thing, right? So you're going around, you're doing stuff, and all the menus along the side are doing their thing. So I can go and I can, have conversations in game, and you'll watch all the speech bubbles pop up. Why is it green? Did someone change it green? Oh, Coding Gorilla, good timing, by the way. So, and you'll see all these colors just change as we do this. So whatever changes over there, you see the same things up on screen, and the neat thing is, it happens while we're in combat too. So I clicked a few just to cue them up. So you can see that, like, even while in combat, all of these menu colors are still changing. So everybody can cycle through, and it's matching up there and down there. So really, really awesome stuff. This is what we're building for these guys. This is why we wanted to make this, because now you can have all the information about the game you're playing. You can have, everything just feel like, you're in the game the whole time. Your stream is really themed to it now. So, really cool stuff. Alright, that's what we wanted to do there. Let's go ahead and get a commit on this if there are any more changes. Are there? No. Fantastic. Yeah, so some neat stuff that we can do here. Now, what I want to do in addition, so because this works, and that's cool, I want people to be able to just grab that, because I knew to type in localhost 777 in order to do that, but I want them to be able to get to that without having to, say, hey, how do I do this? Because I don't want people to ask us. I want them just to do it and for it to work. So, let's make a tab inside of our WPF app that will give you your overlay stuff. So that's the various settings. I want a full tab for it. A tab at this level. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy this right here. This is our WPF item. That should give me a little bit of a gap. It does. Okay, so here's our new tab that we just set up here. I gave that one more line than I needed to. This is not binding to the name bidding view model. This is going to bind to something else that I'll figure out later. Don't know what it's going to be. This is going to be stream overlay. So I would put Seng here, but I want everyone to know that this is the overlay stuff. So my plan for that is to put Seng in the title of this. So we're going to say doc. So there's the dock panel, the button, dock panel, items control. So this is docked to the top as a button. Reset all name bidding. We don't want to dock a button to the top. We want to put a label on the top, I guess. That will say Seng stream overlay. Dock it to the top. We'll give it some margin for now, and we'll get rid of the command because this isn't a button anymore. Instead of an items control, we need something else here, and I don't know what that is yet. So I'll say a stack panel for lack of knowing what's going to be here. And inside of the stack panel, just so there's something here, I'm going to put a text block. And I'm just going to say placeholder text. Okay, so now there's going to be something on the page, and that should be enough. I need to figure out what font awesome thing we want to use for the tab as well. So let's take a look at what this looks like. Hey, Wheatlaw, welcome. Greetings. Okay, so the tab we just set up is this one right here. It says Stream Overlay. When we click it, you'll see it just says Seng Stream Overlay and placeholder text. So nothing cool here right now. So we copied the name bidding, so that's why there's a little person there. I want to find a little font awesome little icon to use. So font awesome icon. You have a nice gallery for us on Font Awesome? More chat badges. Coding Gorilla, yes, that'll get you another chat badge. I have not customized our chat badges yet, but I do intend to. So I will be changing our bits badge to be something else. You have a question, actually. Anyone has experience with Unistroke symbol recognizers? Not me. I have not messed with any of that. What would be a good icon for an overlay? Is there something for just overlay? Display? Little TV thing might not be bad. That does kind of get the point across. Window. Stream. Yeah, those aren't exactly what I'm looking for. Do they have, like, Twitch icons and stuff? They do have a Twitch icon, which we could just do. That ties us way more to Twitch than we really are, but we're currently on Twitch chat, so... Is this inside of the, like... How do I reference this one as a font? Because I don't have it as a CSS. Oh, copy the Unicode right there. Let's see if that works. What? There we go. Sorry, copied the wrong thing. I'm used to just double-clicking, selecting the right stuff for what I want to replace in those kinds of things, because a lot of our IDEs are very good about that. Nope, it didn't recognize that one. So that might not be available in the version we're using. We're using an old version, I think, of Font Awesome, because it was just available to us in... So let's try this one. Wonk. Let's see if that one works. F26C, do you have an icon for that in Font Awesome? Do ya? Yes, we do. So there's our stream overlay icon. So yes, we are just using Font Awesome icons because it's a cheap, easy way to just have a set of icons that, you know, have a fairly consistent style to them. We don't need anything complex. We just want some kind of visual to help people identify and recognize all the pieces so that when they're clicking around, they know what they are. So there is our stream overlay page. Now that we have that, I want to make a couple of adjustments to this. Did we put in headings on any of these other ones? Did we not put in cool headings on any of these? We may not have. So I don't have any like setup styles that we can reuse on this, so I guess we'll just do this and just say like font size is, I don't know, 16. Font family. Do we font family at all anywhere in here? I don't remember if we do. Font style is normal. We'll do. Whoops. I meant that one. So we'll just make it big. And we'll see how that looks. Hopefully it looks fine, and we'll just continue on with that. Okay, yep, saying stream overlay. That works. So let's figure out what we want to display on here. So we need two basic things. We need to have some kind of a label for... Label? That'll be something along the lines of... Words. There are words. They sometimes come to my head, but they're currently not. Status overlay. Label. And this one will be the empty menu. So those are the two things we can display right now. Instead of a text block, we're going to have a text box that you can click into. Actually, what was available down here? Auto select text box? I wonder what the auto select one does. Does it say? No, it doesn't say. Okay. Actually, we'll just do text box then, and we'll have you copy paste out of it. Text box. And then that will do that. So these will be our text boxes, and we'll have text, and we'll do a binding on this. And the binding will be overlay, well, let's say status overlay URL. And then on this one, the text will be a binding status, nope, not status, menu overlay URL. And now the trick with these is we want both of these boxes to be read-only if we can. Is read-only true? Because we want them to be able to copy out of here, but not actually change this text. Yeah, Wheatlol, it might be. I'm not I'm not completely sure what that one was. Okay, so now we need to adjust this. So this is the Seng overlay view model, I think. Okay, so we'll create that. I just wanted to make sure that we were not going to overlap with the one that we used for the actual party status. Coding Gorilla, very nice. You chose a good color there. And yes, for anyone that is wondering, the overlay around my stream is also controlled by chat. And if all you type in is just a color, then that's actually what takes over. So that's what you're seeing that Coding Gorilla is actually changing on the screen there. So we're going to create a class that is called, hey Lucky, welcome, check it out. I'll get it running here in a second, but if you see that little Final Fantasy VII menu box that's on my screen, that is now controlled by chat as well. Lime. The best color ever. Stream overlay view model. Maybe I should call it Stream Overlay Setup View Model? Yeah. I don't know if I want to just yet. Do I have a base view model? Okay, so I notify property change on it. That's fine. I probably do want to do that. What? I'll say yes. Do I seriously not have like a base view model that I'm using for these? Property change. No, I apparently don't. That's weird. I really thought I would have. But, I don't know. That's fine. Menu color view model. Do I want the logger? Maybe I want the logger. Alright, what's going on in chat? Today I had to pick up 24 nice looking colors. I shamelessly copy Pokemon type color code. Nice, Wheatlol. That's good. You just gotta finish this contract proposal for Twitch, then contract proposal for Twitch? What are you doing for Twitch, Lucky? I would love to know what you're doing for Twitch. So I need that logger. I do not need that. So we can get rid of that. So we're not registering any events or anything. We're not doing colors. We need to calculate a couple of properties. What are our properties? Because I put them in here. It is menu status overlay. So this is a prop string that. And then this one is a prop string this. So those are the names. I'm going to steal one of these so I can set this up correctly. So there we go. we'll make this a backing field. Status, make that private with semicolon, and there we go. We now have status overlay updating, and when we do this, we can then do menu overlay as well. There's menu overlay. Copy those, and goodbye. There we go. So now we have both of those set up, and over in our main window, they're bound to that. By default, what do these use? What's their default value when they set up? It's actually a good question. So we're not doing anything with this yet, so I'm actually going to nuke that. But what I'm thinking is status overlay initial value equals something, and menu overlay equals something. Hang on one second while I just check and see why I'm getting a text message. Make sure it's not like a... Oh, okay. Yes, boilerplate code. That's exact. You were on a contractor's list. It's who you know, and they asked for proposals on a few things. Can't say much more, but it's going to get my business off to a good start. That is awesome, Lucky. Yes, good luck with that. I hope it all goes well. Ghost White, nice. Hey, Janisku, welcome. Greetings. Okay, so, what did I put in our, Seng settings? Had to sneeze and was worried I wouldn't get the stream muted in time. Luckily, I got the stream muted before I sneezed. So, you're welcome, everyone. Alright, so we want to go to Seng settings. So that's where our port number is set. So let's create a URL. So new URI. Hang on one second. I'm going to blow my nose. Very nice, Wheatlall. Thank you for the new overlay color. I actually like that one a lot. It's a very nice color. Okay, so new URI. URI Builder? URI Builder? Is that the one we want? Yeah, URI Builder. Okay. So the scheme is going to be HTTP. The host is going to be localhost. And the port is going to be... well, I'm just going to put in the port number for now, but we'll extract it here in a second. And then the parts are going to be... well, I'll just do it this way then for now. Status. Absolute URI. So that should be it right there. So I know they're duplicated like this. Don't worry about that for now. Calm your horses. You'll be okay. Int port number equals settings. Port number. There we go. Alright, what's going on in chat? People are playing rock, paper, scissors. Did someone win? Janisku and Coding Gorilla won at rock, paper, scissors. Congratulations, Coding Gorilla and Janisku, for winning it. A game of rock, paper, scissors against the bot. It was randomly choosing, so, I mean... yeah. Lucky, you still here? You still here, Lucky? Hope you're still here. You better still be here, Lucky. You don't want to miss this. Awesome. Lucky's here. Good. So first off, you can see this code that we just wrote not working right here. This is it not working. So yeah, that's that. We're gonna figure out why that doesn't work. But since you are here, you should look at this little box right here on my stream. That like this box right here, because. Rising Phoenix, hey, welcome! With the 12-month resub, welcome back to the stream. Glad to see you're here. Yes, I still do have an awesome alert here. And, yes. Lucky, of course, saying hi to Rising Phoenix. So, greetings, welcome. Rising Phoenix, I noticed that you just got yourself a Grenadon. So that is awesome. Enjoy your little golden crown and your bright, smiling set of Chatosaurus teeth. Because that's fun. Hang on one second. Let me just do this real fast. Doot. There we go. I hope Lucky's watching that box. Because look at that. Oh yeah, that's right. Because now that little box on my stream matches whatever we set the game to. So that's the cool thing, is like any overlays that you actually put on there also work nicely. So that was the thing we set up today, was setting up so that a streamer can actually just put one of those on and get whatever they want. So, cool stuff. Rising Phoenix, quick question. Have you... No, Rising Phoenix. I would love to know, to know more. That sounds familiar, though. I will admit, it sounds familiar. Let me, so I don't Google random stuff on the screen. That's super familiar. Extensible tool for weaving .NET assemblies. Yeah, that's probably why it sounds familiar. Yes, we will absolutely want to do one of those kinds of things. So I have used that kind of stuff before, but yes, we will absolutely want to do that, because ideally when we are done with this application, we can make it a single WPF executable with everything actually like in it. Sorry, Strife, yeah. We do have Rainbow disabled because it well, sort of disabled because it does actually like run for a while, so it like takes over the thing. But yeah, I'll start up Rainbow. So that is actually in there as like one of the defaults. So I just haven't changed it. So that is there for a streamer to not just get hit with Rainbow mode by everyone that comes along. They like someone actually does have to by default actually throw some bits at you to trigger Rainbow mode. So. Okay, so let's figure out why this page didn't do what I thought. Oh, actually, I know why it didn't work. Welcome, developers. Greetings! Hello! Thank you for that raid. Welcome! Come on in. We're having a good time here. We are writing a bit of code, and we've got some craziness going on our stream right now, because we just triggered Rainbow mode on our Final Fantasy VII game. Actually, if you look at the game... The funny thing being, this is happening in Final Fantasy VII right now too, not just on our stream. But welcome, Zeratar and friends. Greetings. My name is Brendan. This channel here is DevChatter. We're on our like 216th episode of the stream. We do a lot of interesting stuff. Most of what we do is .NET Core, C# programming, that sort of thing. We do some interesting stuff with web development from time to time. This actually is a WPF program that spins up its own ASP.NET Core site. So if you are new here, that is actually what we're doing. Is we've given chat control both of a stream overlay and an actual game itself. So it's really neat stuff. So Zeratar, tell us what were you just doing on your stream? Yes, developers. Okay, so I know why this didn't bind. It's because I forgot to, bind it, which, obviously that makes it so it doesn't, bind. You're making a Twitch integrated RP idle. Does idle RPG game mean that it waits for people to take actions, or does idle mean that it's running in like the Python IDE? Fully 3D, inspired by Risk. Oh, okay. Nice. Yes, exactly. That actually sounds really awesome. So Twitch, like, do you play from Twitch? Okay. Nice. So it's like, so the funny thing being, that's actually one of the types of games that I kind of want to create again. That's actually really awesome. So while the stream is going, everyone's controlling Zeratar. That is awesome. There is actually kind of game that I used to play a long time ago that I'm a huge fan of that I wish would make a comeback. I used to play a lot of browser-based games, which, to be honest, now in our current state with like everyone having mobile phones all the time, I think that concept can come back better. The ones today, the games that are kind of similar to them today don't take the same complexity that we used to have in the past. Now they're all the like simple things like Clash, where it's more about clicking pieces around on a map than it is about like making strategic decisions. You guys have phones, don't you? Ah, good. We have a Diablo fan here in the crowd. Hey, Spherus. Spherus? I don't know. You have to tell me which one that is. Humor at Blizzard's expense. Yeah, so funny thing. If you actually, does it say? No, it doesn't. Dang it. So I was going to shout out my other channel only because, so I don't actually stream on that other channel, but I used to, and I used to stream Diablo 2, so that's the funny thing. Spherus? Okay, good. And yes, humor at Blizzard's expense. Any chance you remember the pre-browser MUDs? Yeah, I used to play MUDs all the time back in the day. I used to play, like, with other people online, Telnet and that sort of thing. And Spherus, I agree with you completely. D2 is the game. There is a Diablo for... Yes, Janisku, we showed it on stream last week, the Diablo WebAssembly browser version. I think it's a really amazing thing, and I love the developer community for stuff like that. Like, that is one of those you people are just amazing kinds of moments. Stream, overlay, view model. So we're going to set that up. And main window view model. We're just going to go in here, and I'm just going to shove it in for now. Right next to this one. Bonk. Yeah, we'll have it get created this way. And right before name bidding, I think, is where we're going to put it. Okay. Why is that complaining? Oh, because it's running. Derp. Of course it's complaining. It's like, yeah, I can't do this. This program's running. Yeah, I know. Thanks. Where am I registering the assemblies in this program? Is it in startup? I don't actually remember. It's been a while. Oh, and I just stopped the program while someone was doing random change to that. Where did I register all of our dependencies? Where do I register our dependencies? I do it somewhere. Dependency registrar, here it is. Derp. Okay. Let's see. Yes, Strife. Plenty of us used to play MUDs back in the day. So if you don't know what a MUD is, what we're talking about, it's basically a multiplayer text game. So if you know of like Zork and those sorts of things that used to exist a long time ago, I guess they technically still exist. But text-based adventures, but you'd be doing it online. So there were actually other players and like you'd like go to a place like all text-based, and it would list other players that were in that same spot with you, and they could attack you and other things like that. So it was kind of fun. Just think like MMOs before they had graphics is sort of the idea. Some of the old text-based games had more to them than modern browser games. Yes. So there were actually old browser games that were really complicated, like huge strategy things. They used to like tick once every hour. So like things you would do in the game would happen. So if I wanted to send my fleet of ships out to attack someone else, I would, type in, I'd, set up this thing, put in their coordinates, and they would, maybe take 9 hours to fly there. So the other person would get a notification that my ships were on their way. They'd have allies coming in. There would be people like coordinating, joint attacks against targets and defenses, and like all kinds of really fun stuff. There's really cool things that I'm hoping that the broader developer community, as we start building this stuff together, and this is one of the things that I think is awesome about live streaming, is I think a lot of this can help promote those types of communities, because you can sort of bring us all together with that. Hang on one second. I think I need to refresh that. I need to figure out... So in this overlay, I haven't built in the retry to reconnect yet. So that's what I'm connecting. So now it should be connected again. So you should be able to do menu colors once again to make that happen. So there we go. Let's see. So hi, welcome. Greetings, everyone. If you are, if you haven't tried it yet, anyone can actually just type in menu colors and change what the menu colors are over there. So if you do want to just change the menu colors, you can type in one color. You can say menu with one color, 4 colors. You can say random, and there are a few named palettes as well. So go ahead and give that a try. If you want to change the overlay that's, that's around me, that little blinking thing, you can actually just type in an individual color, like you could say yellow, and the stream changes to yellow. So we actually have a lot of control over what's going on in the stream with color and things like that. So, yep, you can just make it straight blue if you want. That totally works. Yep, or you could make that one yellow also. And the neat thing that you can't see that's going on also is when you change those, it's actually changing in game as well. So you're not just changing the stream, you're actually changing a game of Final Fantasy VII that is running here. So, Lucky, have I seen any message in Discord? You're just wondering. Oh, you messaged me in Discord? You on the Interactive 7 one. I saw that you'd sent that. I think it's awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing what you do with it. Yeah, so I am thinking that we'll probably want to have a Twitch extension tab inside of the app. I agree. Oh, sorry. The game only actually changes if I have it highlighted. I think you're on world record pace there. I don't know what you're talking about. Was it world record pace? What are you talking about, Strife? Oh God, yeah. World record pace. I'm at almost like 5 hours, and I'm at the Shinra building. Yes, Strife. I get made fun of by everybody that actually knows Final Fantasy VII, because they're like, "How did it take you that long?" And I'm like, because I sit around at places while I'm developing this. So I'm not actually like, like we're not actually trying to get through the game very fast. Oh, and as Wheatlaw just pointed out to anyone that didn't know, we've been typing in color names. But we actually support full hex codes, so there are 140 named colors, but then also hex codes. So, and it's menu default there, Wheatlaw, or you could call it menu classic, and that should be the same thing. And yes, Janiscu, that is exactly what the plan is. You are correct. So Lucky, let me read your Discord post. And if anyone doesn't know, so first off, if you're new here, welcome. Hopefully you're enjoying the stream. Hopefully you're having a little bit of fun. If you are interested in chatting with me outside of the stream, you can join our Discord. And that's not just me, that's chatting with any of our DevChatter community. You are welcome to join our stream, which is linked in the chat. You can join our Discord over there. Also, if you haven't clicked the follow button, make sure you do so. It's the best way to get notified when we go live here and are working on stuff. Hey, Coated Beard, welcome. As I said, it's a really friendly community, so our Discord is actually a really nice place. That's not to say that like everybody's active and chatting about stuff all the time, but the group that you'll find there is a really friendly one. So feel free to hop over in there if you are so inclined. Interactive. So what you think is client app is modified to accept a code the broadcaster wants. That code is displayed on the extension's configuration page. When the code is entered in the client opens a WebSocket connection to the extension service. Okay, so basically, we give them a code that is kind of like their like ID to connect into our service, and then extension on the viewer side pushes events through the extension service. So nice and simple, and if bits require, we do all that stuff. Yeah, means we don't have to try and put an auth process in place. It's done on the signed code on the broadcast you can see. Okay, so you're basically thinking that the OAuth code comes through our extension instead of doing like, I mean, it affects, you know, OAuth code, right? Instead of setting up our own, instead of having them do a standard Twitch OAuth token, which I think that could work. I'm wondering whether we would lose the... Can the extension access chat? If extension can access chat, then we could pass it down that way instead, and that would be fine. I just don't want to lose the chat commands also, because I could see some people using the stream overlay and some people using the chat, or a combination. So if we want to make sure both are available, they might still need an OAuth code for that, unless we can pull... I don't know I don't know whether extensions... no, we won't lose chat. Okay. Well, if that's the case, then yeah, that's totally cool. We can definitely do that. I would love to see how that works. So, and someone changed us to lime. Thank you, someone. You're so friendly with that color choice. Yay, lime. How did you know the color we all wanted to see on the stream was lime? It wasn't lime. We did not really want to see lime. I was kidding. Okay, so I was bringing this up so that we could see the stream overlay page. Hey, there it is. Look at that. So now they have the addresses that they need. So let's give them instructions on this page as well. And I'll type this in while you still have control, so I won't stop the program so that everybody can still, you know, use that. Text block, content, text? No, it's text, not content. So we'll say copy. Okay, so how do we want to do this? Full sing status overlay and empty menu. Okay. Text block. Text. Copy these URLs and put them in OBS as browser source items to display the menus on your to display on your stream. There is the basic help text that we're gonna give to people. Yeah, I know that's super generic, but hey, it's there. No, we want to menu. Does the client only listen to chat, or does it write? It technically writes, but it doesn't really need to if we had a way of responding back in other ways. So right now it does some confirmations of things. So for example, if you try to do something in chat that you don't have the currency to do, it, you know, Ava Lost, welcome. So if you don't have the GIL in order to do a command, then it does respond back and say as much. And then there's also some features like this, NameBids Cloud. So it will point out what the existing bids are, so there's that kind of information. So if that were made available, like, if we could make that available somewhere else, then yeah, we could get away with that. I just don't want to get, like, super crazy ambitious with that. So you are correct, though. If we are going to lose that, and we're not going to be able to replace all of the other features, it might be a good idea to do both the connection to Twitch chat and the connection to the extension as two separate things. Originality isn't really needed if the point gets across. Strife, what are you talking about? If we create our own account called Interactive 7 Bot, then we don't need the chat token at all, and it's ours. Oh, because then we would always be yeah. We could potentially just make a bot that was our bot, but then we'd have to host it for everyone that was running it, and I would just wonder about the cost of hosting that. Because if we did end up with like I mean, like right now there's not going to be many people running it, but like if a bunch of people started using it or like big streamers, that could like actually burn a lot of cloud cycles doing it. So for anyone that's actually wondering, these are some of the discussions that developers need to have whenever building pretty much anything. I think you jokingly said something about I know so. Oh yes, yeah. Yep. A lot of the stuff that we come up with, developers naming things. We are not too original with names for stuff. All right, I am going to restart the app. It should have some help text that actually explains what you're supposed to be doing now. So let's find out. So here it is. Connect so that everybody can mess with it again. Copy these URLs and put them in OBS as browser source items to display on your stream. That looks like it would probably work. And I cannot type in them, but you can highlight and copy and paste, I'm betting. Let me just try this real fast. Yep, copy paste works. So we could do convenient buttons of like, automatically copying your clipboard and that kind of stuff, but this is V1 and V1 seems to work. So margin, what is it? It's left, top, right, and then bottom, I think. Nope. Alright, I'm just going to restart it because I can't remember how to do that. Let's see. That's minimal in terms of hosting the extension service as well. I mean, I run 3 extensions and gather all chat on Twitch on about 3 T3 represent. Okay, yeah, I don't actually know on that one. So if you do have the answer on that one, then awesome, Lucky. I spent all of my creative naming quota on Seng. Might have another. Yes, exactly, Mr. Shoji. That's kind of how that works. Did I get the bottom one? I think I got the bottom one. And then actually, you know what? Let's give a few pixels on the left also. This is one of the only things that bugs me is I can't remember. I wish my IntelliSense actually reminded me which one's which. Yeah, which one's which? Left, top, right, bottom. Okay, I remembered correctly. I just wanted to check. I'm pretty sure it's left, top, right, bottom, but, you might as well check. Okay, so that ought to just put it in a spot. I'm not terribly worried if that's, like, perfectly lined up, but, yeah, we'll just shove it in there. Okay, so this is adding in, that page. I do not need this. Thank you, Resharper. I know you want to be super helpful, but no. View models, dot settings. Is this adding the annotations? Yes, it is. How about no? How about you don't do that, and we'll all be happy. Adding, overlay, copy, paste, tab. I guess it's just a copy tab, and you paste it somewhere else. But either way, that does work. So now we even have instructions for how to set up the overlay. Not exactly a ton there, but kind of works. There is actually a page that does it, so they don't just have to know that those are the values. So that goes a long way towards, you know, users actually being able to do this thing. So, yay! All right, hang on. I want to see who was texting me earlier. Ah, okay. Instructions, do the thing. Yeah, that sounds about right. Put this back to default. Oh, and that disconnected again. You know what? Let's work on that. We're gonna do the reconnecting thing. Hang on. Okay. We're going to do it on the menu one first. Menu in views. So we're going to open that. Oh, there it is. Index. So I want this index open. So how did we do it? So we connected that. Alright, how do I do it elsewhere? Let's do one of these. Okay, so... I'm going to do this. We're going to make a method called start hub connection. And this is going to be a function. Yes, I said method. I meant function. Hub name. And we're going to say, I think I have to say this dot to call this one. Start hub connection. So we're going to do that. Which actually is not going to take that. It's not going to take in the name, it's going to take in the connection. So that's going to take in the connection. There we go. So connection changed. What's going on in chat? Wow! You just made Interactive 7. That's good, because I hadn't grabbed the name yet. So thank you for grabbing it, because without grabbing that, someone could have sniped it. So whoever grabbed Interactive 7, much appreciated. I'm assuming that you are not, like, grabbing it for nefarious reasons, but are instead locking it in so I don't lose it. So, much appreciated. Let's see. Yeah, thanks, Lucky. Yeah, Lucky's like, no, it wasn't me, dude. Alright, so I want to grab some of my old code, which is this. So I'm grabbing the code out of my bot, which does some of this reconnecting stuff already. So this is going to be connection. Did I already start up there? Oh, that's start right there. Okay, so actually I wanted to do the on regardless. It's this that I'm replacing. Derp. Okay, so what do we do in here? We say start then, and then here's the function when we start, which right now it's doing nothing, and then this one has an error where it does that, which actually, maybe I don't even need to call this. Maybe I can I'll just do it here for now. And we'll just not hide it away. So this is the error function here? Yeah. So we'll just do this, and then this should be the arrow function here. Okay. So I used an arrow function instead of a named function for this, which is fine. So there we go. So this sets a timeout where it calls... Oh, because it was calling itself. Okay, that's why. Connection. 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 So retry interval and max retry interval are values that I'm going to need to have exist. So I'm going to say this dot start hub connection. That's the one, and pass in the connection like that. And then this calls itself when it fails. So I need to set those retry intervals, and then we'll be good. Let's see. Loosing or not loose. I'm lucky. I'm aware that you're evil. Oh yeah, that's true. Andy's toys have been in 4 Toy Story movies or something like that. Maybe more. I don't know. I can't keep track of that. There's been too many movies. Too many movies. We'll just do this. Const that is going to be this, and then max retry interval and retry interval. What did we start retry interval at? Oh, I put that on the method. Oh, that's nice. That's a good idea. Whoops. Put it on the method. So that one has to be accessed with a this, but these ones don't. So I think that will do it. I guess we'll find out. So let's go ahead and restart the bot, and we'll see what happens. So in order to check this, I'm planning on actually just visiting the page instead of, like, bringing it up over there. What? Oh, yeah, okay, that's fine. I don't think it needed that. Yeah, we don't need those either. Thank you. You're right, we don't need those things. I didn't commit them. That is on me. Commit the left out R# stuff. Did I start it? I don't think I started it. Do. Okay, so this is here. Let's find out, did it work? Okay, it appears to be connected. So the initial connection works just fine. Now here's the question. Can I remove it? So take the connection away, start it back up again, and have this page automatically reconnect? So we're going to leave the page there and just see what happens. So I've not refreshed this page. Page is still as it was. Now we might have to wait a sec because it's not just going to automatically reconnect every time. Let me pull up the... Yeah, disconnected, but are you going to retry? I don't see the retry. Did I not? Maybe I didn't actually do a refresh. Which one was I I was modifying this one, right? The menu one? Ooh, I was modifying status page. Whoops. I think I was modifying the status one. Let's try it this way. Maybe I just connected the wrong one. Sorry, Janiscu, right as you were testing it. That's hilarious. The Nightbot status command chimed in. Nope, it's not reconnecting. I must have had another thing that checked for the disconnect. Oh, there it is. On close, derp. I forgot to add the on close. That's the one that got me. Alright, here it is. So that would retry on a fail to connect, but it will not retry on this one. So we need to say connection on close. Go ahead and do this. There's not a typo. That's just what it is. Do we need to pass the... Oh, yeah, that's the set timeout. And we'll say this dot start hub connection. So when it closes, go ahead and reopen it. That's the one we missed. Now let me confirm, which page are we on? No, we are in the menu one. Okay. So I was right originally, and then I second-guessed myself. We're in the correct one. So let's bring up this page. We need to go to the menu one. So we're going to do a full refresh. There it is. Here's our application right here. We're going to connect to chat. So chat should be connected now. When we hit this, there it goes. Okay. So definitely connected. When we disconnect, it should be disconnecting. So it's attempting to retry. So there's the game. We'll put the game in the background with this overlay over top of it for now. And as soon as our browser gets back up, it should successfully reconnect, we think. So there it is, it's trying again. Oh, wait, hang on. I think it just reconnected. So now when we do this, without refreshing that page, hey, there it is. Okay, so now that means that this will automatically reconnect if that ever goes away. So if it loses its connection, it will reconnect automatically. So that means I need to go over here and hang on. Do a quick blink like that. And when I change the menu colors again, there we go. So now this box here, that one right there, should reconnect whenever we disconnect. So yay. Much improved overlay. So this is the reconnect. For now, this is going to duplicate. Later, we need to make these use the same thing. So for now, we're going to add max retry interval into the data of this. And then down here, we're going to go to our mounted and we're going to say, if anything closes this connection, go ahead and retry it. And then we're going to say, here's how you start the connection this time. do this. So that'll be the first method in here is that code there. So there we go. So now they should both do that. Yay. Restart, and we'll have a look. That's good stuff. I like it. So we'll connect into chat. So there we go. So menu can default nicely, menu can change nicely, and I can do a quick restart on that, and then this should reconnect just fine when this comes back up, in theory. In fact, both of these should. It's a good test for both of them, actually, because the menu's up right here, and then the status is up there. So let's bring this up. Let's try a random. Did they both hey, they both reconnected when the app came back up. Yay! We did it! Hype! Awesome. So that is cool. Our JavaScript reconnected as we expected. Reconnect. Retry hub connections. Awesome. So this, so the overlay is actually set up really nicely now. At least I think so. Alright, let's do one of these. We're going to go over here, compare and PR this thing. Approved Sing overlay integration. So we've been doing a whole bunch of stuff related to bringing Sing into the app and getting it like more connected. So this is just a whole bunch of overlay stuff. So that's the status page. Removed that. So yeah, we've got them sharing more code now. So we're trying to make the two code bases share more code. That's why you see these big sections of deletes. That usually means we removed something from either Sing or Interactive 7 that both of them had an equivalent of, and we got rid of one. Because I'm trying to make it so that there's only one of these now for any given piece, right? We want to bring them together, make it like all one application that does all this stuff, so that, you know, someone that wants to do a Final Fantasy VII stream is basically grab this, use whatever pieces of it you want, but you don't have to go get like, you know, 3 different programs, one to do like a Twitch extension, one to do chat integration, one to do the overlays, one to like yeah, you can do the piecemeal stuff, but you know, like that just seems way complicated for what I feel is like, I think almost everyone's gonna want to do the menu stuff like this, as well as having the chat interaction pieces. So the status overlays, the menus, I think that's probably going to be like what most people are just going to run with. So yes, Litany, you can just make it green, and you can do this to make the rest of the overlay green too. So good stuff. For anyone that is a regular here on our stream, you'll know that I missed a few streams. I started a new client this week, and I'm figuring out my schedule, so part of the challenge is that some of the work that I've been doing with them is at the same time that I would normally be streaming, so it has been eating into my streaming schedule. So I'm either going to, like, yank back some of that time from them and make sure that I get some of my points where I had previously been streaming back available to me, or I will be shifting my stream schedule, and I don't know which one I'm going to go with yet, but I will be you know, bringing the stream back in force. I don't know if we'll be back to regular 4 days a week. Hey Litany, welcome. Yes, also hi. So for anyone else that's in the chat, I want to say welcome. Thank you for hanging out with us today. What well, I try to, I guess I used to stream here 4 times a week, which I would still love to do, but I don't think that's going to happen much going forward. But we'll shoot for as many as we can. I do want to mention a couple of things. If you are new here, please do click that follow button. I really do mean it. If you want to catch our streams at the beginning, so if you came in late and you missed some of this stuff, some of the setup, the explanation of what we're doing, that's why you want to make sure you follow the stream. It is a great way to get notified when we go live. And also keep in mind, you can follow a stream without notifications, so you can actually turn them off if you want. It's actually just a second tick on the same place where you followed to just say that you don't want the notifications, and then it'll just be when you show up to Twitch, you'll be able to see that we're live. So that's why you want to make sure you follow channels, is because that's the way to actually be able to see them in the future. So if you are someone that is interested in chatting with me or any of our other viewers, I highly recommend joining our Discord as well. I linked it in the chat. It's linked down below as well. Discord's a chat application. It lets us, talk about various program type stuff. And some of us that are collaborating on this program do actually use a Twitch, a channel in Discord to talk about that. So feel free to take a look at that as well. If you are interested in contributing to any of our projects that we do here on the stream, or you want to take a look at any of the code that we've done through any of our 216 episodes, you'll find them out on GitHub at github.com/devchatter. And additionally, if you missed any of our episodes, so you might have not shown up at the beginning of today's stream, you can actually check the video section here on Twitch, or you can find them all over on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/c/devchatter. We break everything up into playlists so you can easily find what videos you're looking for as a whole series. So if you want to see start to finish on a project, that is a great way to do it. For example, we have a if you want to see how my overlay is built, so that overlay that's got these little blinky thingies going around on my stream and has chat controlling the colors, we did that all in one stream. It is actually a system tray application that is running on my computer right now. So I've got a tiny little icon in my system tray, and that is actually what is controlling my overlay. So it's a cool little program. If you want to take a look at that, it is both out on GitHub for you to look at the source code, and you can also watch our YouTube video that shows how we did it. It is a very cool thing. And then lastly, I want to make sure that I mention to take a look at any social media stuff, because I do post some things there every once in a while, so feel free to have a look at those. I am going to click a couple of buttons because, that's what I do. Buttons? That's weird. I was going to, send us over to where do we want to go? I guess we'll go here. So stick with me for a little bit, because I do want to have us do a raid here. So we're going to hop over to another stream that is doing some other interesting and fun stuff. So don't go anywhere, please. Just hang on for a few minutes. You do not have to stick around on the next stream, but at least show up and check out what it is. Say hi when we get there. And that's the big important thing, is make sure you say hi to people and be friendly. We're a good community. We always want to be a nice community, welcoming to pretty much everyone. And I want to roll a couple of credits before we get going as well. So I want to thank all of you for hanging out and watching the stream and chatting with me today. I want to make sure that I thank Code and Gorilla for those, I think, 10 biddies. I want to thank our moderators, Katrina and S&B, for hanging out and helping out with the stream today. And all of the people that followed us, these wonderful people that followed us today. And Strife, the Michael Jolly, Code and Gorilla, and Rising Phoenix for the resub, new sub, and resub, respectively. So thank you for hanging out, everyone. I had an absolute blast. I'm hoping that we'll get our next stream in at one of our regular times, either Monday or Tuesday. And then if not, I will be back. Make sure you're following the stream, and we'll be doing some more cool stuff together. So either way, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Happy coding, and have a great one. Bye, everyone.